what's going on. Of course, Ole, considered a world-leading expert on false flag operations. He has accurately predicted on international radio some 60 alleged terror attacks up to 2 months before they occurred, and in addition, stopped several planned massacres. By far, the biggest one, a massive operation consisting of 39 coordinated attacks in conjunction with the planned release of the coronavirus in October 2019. With so many years of deep research, he has become so good at it that his last name has now become a verb to demigard. Demigarding is nowadays a term for searching for hidden clues and stopping inside jobs ordered by the deep state. Now, I know you're going to do a course on that in Bali, and we'll talk about that at the end of the show. That sounds very exciting. I'm looking forward to. We're strongly considering coming out for that. So we'll talk about that in detail. But Ole, thanks for joining us again. How have you been? I know you just woke up, so thanks for coming in early.
I'm good, but I just got cut off exactly when you said about the 39 attacks. Boom, my internet went down. That's always interesting, but it's back now, so very happy about that.
Yeah, so I kind of led into your event that's coming up in April, and I said that we'll talk about that at the end. So that sounds very good, and we'll showcase that. Hopefully, I feel very strongly that we'll be coming there to visit you, and hopefully a lot of people will join us. So what's on your radar right now, Ole?
My radar has shifted a little bit since, especially since AI came in and showed its real face in the shape of form or ability to make anything look absolutely real. Do you know, like now when you see Donald Trump, is it Donald Trump or is it some puppet master in the background doing the, you know, steering it? Does the audio, can you trust the audio? Can you trust the any? I mean, Kim and I went and saw Avatar. I mean, that just shows you that forget about trying to figure anything out. But at the same time, that's really interesting because that will then tell you, because of the law, this whole thing that they have to tell you, they have to tell us what they're doing, you know, because of the law of karma, that they completely fear that law, and they are showing us this is not real or this is not the truth. They're showing it for their selfish reasons, because I have this from insiders that if they tell us even in subtle ways and we don't react, then we should have done it, and if we didn't, it's indirectly our responsibility, and then the bad karma is on our shoulders, not theirs. So I don't know if that's true or not. It sounds a bit sick to me, but at least that is what I've been informed. And when you look at their actions and how they put it out in the open, I mean, how could I predict all of these things if it wasn't true? I mean, I even did it with you before the January 6th attacks. I said the day before or 2 days before or a week before you were going there, and I said, please, Michael, be aware if what I have seen, and I think it was the alleged Nashville car bomb suicide. Oh, sorry, I got bored to sleep here. But otherwise than that, where
Nashville, the AT&T
in
building.
Nashville, that's the one that where they left these false leads or pointers towards Washington, D.C. So that's why I said I have no idea. I knew you were going to Washington, D.C. I knew there were these big gas canisters or whatever you want, gas tanks in the area. And I said, just please be aware. And then boom, something else happened that people are still, you know, like it's going to court cases and all of it is based on absolutely not true anything. Mm-hmm. I mean, even people that were there, I think, have no idea that it was orchestrated behind the scenes for a different agenda. So if you can make us watch Avatar and you see how that is, I mean, that is beyond belief when you see the water effects and it's unbelievable. Then you see absolute crap. When you see things that are so bad, like the Bondi alleged shooting down there, I mean, that just when they could have, when they could have done it perfectly. I mean, these agencies, they have the money, you know that. I mean, so when it's not perfect, when it's not absolutely pristine, so that there would be no way that we could tell, then that indirectly shows you that becomes sort of like proof of them having to show us. And a lot of us are quite thick, so many times they have to do it, not very subtle, but like in your face. So it's become the other way around, instead of seeing
you know what?
is there.
Ole, somebody just said it. Today's January 6th. And isn't that a coincidence? How about that?
Wow. Well, I'm from the future, so it's no longer.
There you go.
I'm ahead of you.
Cheers to that. Yeah, very good.
So it's become the other way around. When something is really bad, instead of, when you have footage that is so blurred, how can you film nowadays? What camera can make it that blurry? You cannot. You have to add special filters to make things that bad quality. And so it's reversed engineering somehow. I don't know how to explain it otherwise. Because just like with the CIA, a perfect CIA operation or Mossad operation is something that you never even realize happened. That's a perfect one. They came, they did, they went. You have no idea. You don't even know that's a perfect one. When you see these extremely clumsy, I mean, really, it's at this point, like this Bondi Hanukkah alleged shooting. I mean, it's very hard for me to even gather the energy to look at it, because come on. It's like again, and it's just like the whole thing is a dead giveaway. And I can tell you, the dates, it's always like now, this time of year, it's always before Christmas, right before Christmas or during Christmas. They want to mess up your beautiful family time, or you feeling, at last at peace, or we can relax after this year. No, let's mess it up for them. So normally around the 19th, there's a truck attack, or there's something, but right before Christmas. It's not on Christmas Eve, it's just the days before. So you mess it up so people stay in fear mode. And yeah, it's like when this thing happened on Bondi Beach, please notice also that we're not looking at individual countries like separated events. We're looking at an agenda that goes global, mostly in NATO countries where this is carried out. NATO, or what is called Five Eyes, Nine Eyes, or 14 Eyes, which is this top secret exchange of information and operations that started at the end of the Second World War and has continued. So countries that looks like they're separated are not. They're connected underneath the surface. And so when this Bondi thing happened and people from all over contacted me, please look at this, look at what happened. And so I was on a few shows, and I said, listen, I have not looked into this at all. You just give me the location, give me the number of people involved, and let me tell you about it. So if I'm correct, then this is what happened. So I have still not looked at it. I mean, but I can go through it if you want, and let's see if I can pinpoint some of the facts. Do you know anything about that?
So which one?
The one on Bondi Beach in Australia.
Oh, yeah. That I totally agree with you. Absolutely. I right away I was like, bullshit, just like you always say. You've taught me well, and my audience is very astute as well because of you. Thank you. Yeah. So let's dive in. What are your thoughts?
No, so once again, I did not see it. Okay, so I can, but I have looked at some headlines and stuff. So what I can see is the trend right now is they're doing the old mind fuckery, like these type of things. Not that many years ago, all terrorists are not white people. White people are crazy if they shoot. Otherwise, they're terrorists. So that's one for you. But anyway, so the terrorists were always dark, Muslim looking, fanatic looking, like that. Now, everywhere where something happens, there's a hero that is the hero was Ali Muhammad or whatever. So they're doing like this. What used to be a terrorist is now the hero, which is like your mind. And this is also a dead giveaway of these operations, because in it they will do like this. It even has a name that I can't remember, but it's like really to mess you up. And sometimes also they release two truths that are contrary, but both of them are said to be true. Also, your mind just goes like, I can't handle this, it's too much. And then they keep changing the facts like this and the numbers of the dead. And I mean, it just keeps like this. And you just go into, I just give up mode, and you move on. That's where they want you. So anyway, Bondi Beach. Okay, that's Sydney, and Bondi is in a very Jewish area.
Right.
So and a very wealthy area, correct? So, and it happened on Hanukkah. So that on its own is like, wait a second. Because right now, a so-called false flag operation is where the attacked one is actually the attacker. We're back to this one again. The attacked one, the victim, is actually the one staging the attack against themselves. And in this case, is to get people to feel sorry about the perpetrators. Right. Because if you look like globally, hello, and once again, I'm not pointing at a people. I'm not pointing at a race. It's not a race. It's a faith. But I'm pointing at people behind it who are even sacrificing people who have the same faith for their own selfish reasons, hiding behind it, doing a lot of horrendous stuff, very often with double citizenships, where one of them is the US. And so let's see. Jewish wealthy area. So that would be then that this would be on Hanukkah. There would be some kind of celebration, and the victims would be Jewish, and there would be a lot of like, oh my God, poor me. There would also be a lot of let me see here, Hebrew speaking. There would be Israeli flags in the background that just happens, or blue and white things that just happen to be in the background. Then let me see now what's on the day. It would be the attacker would be connected with the Middle East for sure, most probably Iran. There would be something connected to Iran saying, you're the bad boys, because right now this is really, once again, what they want to. So that they would be Middle Eastern. It would not be Australians, like white, Western looking. It would be something connected to the Middle East. Mm-hmm. I was told that there was two shooters and they were family. Okay, so it's not mother and daughter, I can tell you that. So in that case, my guess is father, son. Then also there would be the type of weapon. The trend right now is that we moved away from the semi-automatic AR-15s and these type of weapons. So now they're aiming more at hunting rifles, that like Granddad's rifle, or Mausers we saw with the Charlie Kirk, these type of rifles, because now they moved the theme over to that type of rifle. So that type of rifle would be involved. Then you would have a lot of victims, and the number of victims would alter like that. You would have witnesses that had been in other alleged mass shootings. And since then, this is very much pointed to Israel. I would say that it would be very likely that there would be crisis actors or people that had just by coincidence also been at the October 7, some involvement with October 7, so they could bring that one up as well. Very often also there would be a similar, like a bomb left outside whatever countries have attacked themselves, their embassy. So very often it's the U.S. embassy when they're out there messing with things. Then they also put a bomb that is just found outside their own embassy. Oh, look at that! It's a bomb under the leaves. Isn't it horrible? Thank God we saw it in time. No, you put it there to cover your own butt, to make people think that you are once again the victim. Then there would be what I call the catwalk of death. Some anonymous individual have walked around with a camera, not filming themselves. That is when they film themselves, crisis actors, crisis actor, crisis actor. When they go around, oh my God, where's my daughter? Where is my, filming themselves crying. That is not what you do, especially if you care about your child. You look for your child. Who cares about the camera? So if somebody has been walking around like that, they would have filmed themselves and looked very, very not good at crying or acting. But otherwise, we have what I call the catwalk of death, where you have somebody just walks around among the bodies or the wounded, filming them, but you can't really get any clear details about them. You just see somebody walking around like zigzagging around, and people are moaning and crying around. Oh, you're kidding me. You are kidding me. I really don't like being right, but I mean, come on, that is spot on.
I mean, like who's filming that, right?
That's also the angle. Who is filming these type of things? That's a really good question, because like when you see this happening, if somebody's shooting, and we get back to the blurry pictures again, how can you even film blurry stuff like that? Of caught on CCTV, that is also very interesting, because if you look at the ones that control that CCTV, it's this Israeli company called ITSC or something like that. Do you see the type of rifle? That's what I'm saying. This is not an AR-15 anymore. It's a hunting rifle. This is a shotgun.
It's a shotgun, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the type.
It doesn't reach out. But I don't know about the guns that they have here.
That's a different one. Yeah. I'm saying, looking at a blurry image, but I'm just saying that the theme right now are older rifles. They're going for the ones from like Dad's Army, or been in the closet, standing around. So, and then if you please leave it like that. When they put quotation marks or these citation marks in the headlines, that means that's bullshit. It's really interesting. Look at that. Bondi gunman meticulously planned. Why is that? Why is that? And it says like killed 14 people. Then in citation, killed 14 people. Why is that? They're showing us that one. I think is like a mindfuckery again, with these the law of karma, saying not true. And then if we afterwards come a lynching party storming, what is it, BBC, saying, what the hell? You told us. No, we didn't. We just said like this. So when they put it like that, you right away you can say that's so not true. Vicar strangled 3-year-old. What is there to put these ones if it's true? So that one is a dead giveaway. That one. And what the date 20? Yeah, exactly, before Christmas. What is it? The Hanukkah, is that around the 19th, 20th, something like that?
It's the 14th of December, just like you were talking about.
No. The 14th of December is the same as Sandy Hook. Let me see here.
Oh, really? Wow.
As far as I know, that's one, because they love to do these anniversaries. Could you please check that date? But I'm almost sure 2012, the 14th of December. That's Sandy Hook for you. So like they love this recycling of trauma thing were added. So
Yep,
here
14th
once
of
again,
December. Wow, nailed it.
was that Sandy Hook?
Yep, Sandy Hook is
Yeah.
14th December,
Yeah,
2012.
and isn't it interesting that the soldiers running around in Sandy Hook looking for the shooter was speaking Hebrew? I'm just saying, I think
Oh,
that's
wow.
interesting. I have recordings of them running around speaking to each other while chasing the guilty one, and they speak Hebrew. Hello. And normally, I mean, Michael, you live in the States. How many people in uniform speak Hebrew to themselves or to each other in Sandy Hook? My
Yeah.
guess is not that many. So what else? So we have a lot of, oh, I'm shot. Okay, where are you shot? I don't know, in the leg. And then there's this, the dialect or it's not Australian. It's something that is connected subconsciously to the countries that is involved in that psychological operation. So the victims would also speak like with a Hebrew accent, something like that. And then you would have, if the shooter are speaking, for sure they would sound Middle Eastern. They would not sound like they were maybe with Middle Eastern heritage and then speaking Australian. No way, because it's once again, it's the psychological operation, so that we think, oh my God, these are horrendous, evil people. Let's bomb the shit out of whatever country that they're aiming this at. And then you have, let me see. Yeah, also when they do the catwalk of death, you would have the shoes for sure. There would be a Nike shoe, or they zoom in on a shoe that is just filling up the whole screen by coincidence. And also nowadays, what they add to are bicycles and baby cots. Because like, thanks to you, whoever has been spreading about the shoes being this global fear trigger, mind control fear trigger, with these thousands of cases where they leave the Nike shoes there as a trigger to keep us in fear mode. After we pointed it out, I mean, I've been doing it for maybe many hundreds of interviews talking about the shoes. So it's become like a joke. And you see here, long journey. Why would you put sites? There's no
He's coming to
reason.
the U.S. for more treatment.
Oh, come on. And then Ahmed Ahmed, come on. It's like, it's because normal sort of ordinary people, what name would connect it to the Middle East? Or Muhammad or Ahmed, that's it. You know, not a lot of other ones. So here, Ahmed Ahmed. Okay. So what is he doing now? Is he being? I mean, this dude here with the bandage. This is a former. Please go up again. This dude, I guarantee, is a former military guy. He is not. Is he one of the victims?
Well, he's a hero because he ran up and stopped.
Come on!
I think the father was shooting down close to the beach, and he ran up. I can tell you I've disarmed weapons before, and I looked at it and I was like, that's bullshit. That is not a disarm. He was given the weapon. They gave him the weapon and then crawled away. It's like, whoa, come on. And then he was like shot.
He ran up and took the gun.
He ran up and took the gun. Yeah, I'll find it and play it. But it's completely BS.
This one, he is a dead giveaway. And then if you look at the band, oh, come on. That is okay. So I haven't seen it, but I can just tell you that there would be, this dude. I've seen him before. He's a former military screaming former military guy who's normally the coordinator or somebody in the background controlling, what is it? They call them not bouncers. Yeah, something like that. You know, when you have one of these operations going on, in the middle of a center, of a city center or whatever, they need to have ordinary people stay away. So when something happens, boom, boom, or whatever, normally people would look towards the sound of what happened and focus on that. These dudes look like this one. I mean, he is like a typical one that stands looking the other way. And if people approach, nosy people approach, they will like be the bouncer. They will stop them like this. They always dress like that, very casual, sometimes in hoodies. They're too, you can see they're overweight, but former well-trained individual with a military haircut. 99.9% of them, you will see they're looking the wrong way because they're bouncers. This dude has been promoted into, oh God. And then we have the red background here to get the whole drama going. Red is the one for trauma and for drama. And so 12 killed. I'm sure they would add one.
So they said 15. So you know how they do the numbers thing. They'll give you numbers, and then they'll take them away, and then you give it some other numbers, and you're like, oh, there's like 3 shooters, and oh, there's only 2, and there's they always constantly do that.
This is constant. When they did the Nice truck attack, or as we say in English, the nice truck attack. They had 84 dead first, and 202 wounded. Okay, from this impact of this truck, who had not a drop of blood on the tires or anything like that. That's 84 dead. That's quite a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. A lot of people, and 202 injured. Okay, fair enough. That's well done, you truck driver, if you wanna on really like a killing spree. But then after 1 week, the number of wounded was 303. 84 dead and 303. 2 weeks later, 84, 404 injured. Jesus. So I'm just asking you, after 2 weeks.
I remember we talked about this, and we looked at the truck, and you're right. There was nothing. There's no dents in it. There's no blood on it. I mean, with hitting all those people, they'd be like splattered everywhere.
And also, we have the filmed when the attack started. Somebody filmed it. That's very convenient when they film it before it even happens. They start filming in an area where a truck was not allowed at all. But anyway, you see, whoa! He starts ramping up and aiming for the crowd. So in the what is it called? The Paseo de Anglais in Nice. It's like the beach promenade there area, right where the trucks starts going for it. There's 3 palm trees in the middle, in the center of the street. That's the only place. I've checked the whole thing for these 3 palm trees. Okay, so that's right outside Hotel Westminster. Because also you can see the guy who filmed it, who unfortunately I forgot the name, but that is a super crisis actor who has been in multiple of these ones, and even did TED Talks afterwards, and says I'm being criticized and attacked by people who said I'm lying. Yes, because you're lying. And his daughter was shaking hands with Hillary Clinton the day before she became a witness for the mention. Oh God, give me a break. But anyway, these 3 palm trees where the attack started, the official narrative was 1.6 miles that this dude was driving the truck, hitting all of these people. But in real life, because the whole drama ended outside the casino in Nice, where the police had a shootout, not a shootout, they said to have killed the driver, even though you can see on the footage that he just leaves the truck and backs off. But anyway, so we know the 3 palm trees, and the end of the drama is outside the casino. You look at the map, it's 200 meters because it's the same block. So instead of 1.6 miles that this whole drama was, it was from here to here. And you're telling me 84 dead and 404 injured. And also, like, going from 202 injured to 404. Normally, it would be like certain people were injured so severely that they died. So the number of dead would go up, the number of injured would go down. Am I right or am I right? And here
Yeah.
you see, can you see the shoe and also color coded and the baby
We got
cots?
baby carriages too, of course.
Yeah. And it was on the Bastille Day on the 14th of July, you know, connected. And then you can see that here's the shootout outside the casino.
Yeah, they shot it
Like
up.
that. No, they did not. It's their stickers. It's not
Oh,
even.
there's stickers, huh?
But then also you can see that the holes here, you can see on the front window are just holes. But then the thing, it looks completely trashed, this truck, right? No, they just took the hood off. That they did that there. They did that in other of these alleged truckers. They did it in Toronto with a van attack. They just take the hood off, and then it looks like that. There's nothing damage to the truck at all. So anyway, so normally the number of injured would go down because some of them died after being hit by a massive big truck.
Good point.
But here, from 202 up to 404, and the number of dead the same. So are you telling me after 1 week, people sitting at home just thinking, oh, fuck, my God, my hip, oh, it must have been that truck that hit me the other day. You know, so I'm going to hospital now because, oh my God. And then a week later, another 101 individuals, now we are from 303 up to 404, were sitting at home or whatever, just like, I'm really not feeling well. I know I've waited 2 weeks to go to hospital, but I'm going. And then they went to the hospital and were registered as wounded. I rest my case. If you don't smell bullshit here, I mean, come on, activate your brain, please. So, yeah.
So let's go. Yeah, that's good. So give people
Baby
a
cuts.
bigger idea. So I'm gonna play this video a little bit, and I'll let you see how this guy did the disarm.
I guarantee you there will be no adrenaline. With dudes like that, they are not good at it. So, I mean, if you approach, correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, if you approach somebody with a loaded gun, do you not sort of like tense up? Or if you're not super professional, there would be adrenaline, or you would be scared.
You're not going to get that gun away.
If you do it, if you run up towards somebody with a gun, I mean, that takes guts, and the chances of you being blown to smithereens is pretty big. But then, yeah, welcome, Mr. Military Guy. Okay, so here we have him wounded in the leg, but it was in
all right.
his...
So here he is right now, sneaking up. Watch this maneuver.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, the drama.
See, just gave it to him.
And
why didn't you shoot him there? You better run.
I mean, this is. We're talking a drill. Okay, I want to say also, if you go back to the area, there will be something most of the time from a map point of view that has a triangular shape. Maybe this looks like a park area or something like that. That where this happened, or very close to, there would be like a triangular layout, or there would be an obelisk. Why was he wounded in the leg? He didn't get wounded there. Why is he wounded afterwards?
I think he was shot because this guy ran back up to the bridge with his son, and they started firing from there. They got in a little gunfight back and forth. The police took their time coming. The police were like, I don't know, 12, 15 minutes before they showed up. And then they were like seen just standing around watching. So it's a staged event. I know, right?
Sorry, Michael. It's early hours here. I'm trying to focus. But anyway, I want to go back to
sleep. Sorry.
I want to go back to the baby cots and the bicycles, because since the shoes has become a joke. I mean, if you look at anything that happens here, BBC comments, in the comments, people will say, "Did you see the shoes? Did you see?" And it's become like a joke. So no long. I mean, if this is not a military dude, I have that. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he looks military to me.
No, normally these type of individuals are like in Manchester, where there was only screaming teenagers, and then the people wounded that were being lied on the floor or was being carried out are heavyweight former military looking dudes. Did see how many of these individuals are Ariana Grande? Oh, come on. And who's this Michael Jackson individual here with an afro? What? Oh, yeah.
Ran up to give support.
Why did he let him go? Why on earth did he let him go? And who's film? This is interesting.
Well,
also,
Australia, you're not supposed to have guns, and so I think he raised his hand because he's showing everybody. Because they did enough. We talked about Port Arthur. Remember, you and I?
Yeah, you
basically blew Port Arthur up. You destroyed it, and I was there when it happened, and I was like, bullshit. Back then, even the Aussie SAS guys I was working with, they're going to take away our guns now. This is bullshit, and so even they were saying bullshit all the way when it happened. So, I mean,
and Michael, I want to point
out
that
taking away the guns. That's what this is.
I think that the reason you were there, you not knowing it, was not a coincidence. I'm just saying, because the target was these two busloads of American tourists.
Oh,
they love to hit. They love to hit. Like, okay, let's hit two flies or two birds with a stone or whatever you say in English. So what they're trying to do is like hit one target, like here in Bali. When the Bali bombs went off, it was not Balinese targets. It was in Bali, but they were Australian nightclubs with lots of Kiwis and Aussies. And indirectly, it was to force and get Australia and New Zealand emotionally involved in the war on terror. Every country that didn't say yes sir, no sir after these staged events on 9/11 were, like Obama said, sometimes we just have to twist the arms of nations. Okay, that's an expression for you. You can taste that for a little while. What does that mean? That means like that. Just a few days before, in 2002, when just before the Bali bomb went off, there was a bomb or a mass shooter going on in a supermarket in Finland. And after that happened, boom, Finland said yes sir, no sir, and got into the lines, and that was supporting the war on terror. So it's like boom, 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 boom. Anyway, I lost track here a little bit.
I mean, look at all the fatalities. That's insane how many he killed. That's no way.
I mean, I have the names of the real shooters. I have everything about that whole thing. The guy that they blamed. But also, it's so interesting to see the hairdo. Have you noticed? There's a theme of when they're trying to tell you something, or in these operations, you had the Batman shooting where the guy was sitting there with starry eyes and orange hair. Like massive big hair like that. You got the Port Arthur shooter with a long blonde hair. You got Donald Trump, where you think that he should be able to afford like some kind of hairdresser who knew what he was doing. You got Hillary Clinton, all four of them, same hairdo. Both Donald Trumps, same hairdo. And the mass shooters have this tendency of having this things that make them stick out. Very strange hairdo on Sandy Hook as well. That right away points them out like that. Oh, look at him. Oh, you don't even look at the face, just like with a police officer. You just see the uniform. Here, yeah. I mean, look at it.
Crazy eye look. They always have that crazy eye look.
And
The
then,
whites all the way around the eyes.
yeah,
The
it's
crazy
like,
eye look.
and this hairdo where both you see with serial killers, where women have this weird tendency, some at least, to fall in love with serial killers. Okay, Ted Bundy and these type of people. I mean, lots of fan mail, and like here, good looking young dude looks. Is he a pop star? Is he
I
in
know.
Nirvana? No, he's a mass murderer. Okay, you know. So, and then with the hairdo, look out for the very special hairdo, or hair coloring, because we have all of these operations are color coded. So it's, if it's in Europe, a so-called terror attack, it's magenta. And if it, and that goes also for most other countries, sort of east of Europe, all the way down to New Zealand, Australia. And then in the States, most of the time you got purple. I'm not sure why there's a difference, but in the States you use the color purple. Why, when you think the color purple, why is that movie called Color Purple? I've always wondered that. It doesn't make any sense. Purple Rain doesn't make any sense. But it's interesting with this color coding. So anyway, so let's go back to this horrendous thing that happened in Bondi Beach.
Yep.
Bondi Beach is another one. We had the stabbings. Was that about a year ago in Sydney? Oh, that was horrendous. Westfield was the name of the supermarket where we had this stabbing, where there's always beautiful women involved, and nowadays they love adding celebrities. Have you noticed that? Oh, he's a Formula One driver, the most. There's somebody that is famous, the wife of that or this, and connected to some kind of fame. Because I think that is also where people think, oh, people like this Damagard, he says they faked it, but this is a real person. I have seen him. Yeah. And so what? There are operatives in many different levels in society. Who works for the CIA, Michael? How can
Look
you
where
tell
those
somebody?
stabbings were.
Yeah. And anyway, so
Bondi Beach.
yeah, it's the exact same area. And here we have injured 12. They love these 12 and then add one, so it comes to 13. So we had this killing spree weapon, bar knife. That sounds a lot like a bar knife. You know, they also have these.
That's a Marine Corps Navy SEAL knife, K-bar.
Yeah, K-bar, but for an ordinary person, he just think, oh my God, has people got knives in the bar? You know, it's on a subconscious, like we had with the alleged Charlie Kirk shooting. There was one person being a witness, that eyewitness that was being interviewed, and he was Tyler, which is the name of the alleged shooter, Tyler McGettigan. Who's named McGettigan? But Tyler McGettigan, really, I think, is that part of the cycle? Oh, Tyler might get a gun. You know, you don't hear it, but your subconscious does. It's just like hitting you from different levels. Getting back to Bondi Beach, the baby cots. When in the background, when these things happen, they will film, like among the victims, there would be a baby cot. Most of the time it's fallen over, so it looks dramatic. And there might be a little baby crying in the background, like to get the emotions going. When you check out the, you will sound, these will often be sound bits that you can buy, you know, for film editing or whatever. You have all of these different sounds, and these sounds are very often added afterwards, like, yep, I know that one because it's from that series of sound bites. Welcome to the people that work in the sound studio. And then you have bicycles. So when for instance, when this heroic man, I must say that was very brave to jump the shooter. Okay, when I don't know for sure, but when he's doing that, or when something is going on drama, there's somebody on a bicycle in the forefront, right in front of the camera, just whoop. But here, I mean, I don't even understand where that was filmed from. A very strange angle from if they were up on a bridge. But I guess they must have been in the houses on the other side. But very often you will see when it's filmed, and also when something happened, it will not just be filmed by one person. Suddenly there's an additional angle from there and an additional one. Where were they hiding? I mean, this guy was shooting, killing people, but here, oh no, we have a zoom in here and we have that. It's because they add these things along the way because people get bored and the news needs to be running. Then you also have, like, if there were lots of victims, there would be media for coverage. So media would send helicopters, and for hours there would still be wounded people on the ground. They're doing CPR and stuff like that. And when they do CPR, you will see, look at the ones doing it, because sometimes they're using these CPR dolls, so it's only half a body. They did that at the Bataclan. They did that at which one else? The Nice truck attack as well. And then you can hear when you do CPR, for one thing, if somebody has been shot, I don't know, I'm not that skilled, but do you do CPR on a person who is bleeding? I would say not, because you sort of pump the blood out of this. That's just me.
Stop the bleeding. Yeah.
Is CPR the way to go if somebody has been shot like that?
No, you're going to stop the bleeding.
Stop the bleeding and try to save the individual before you start sort of giving him the right. But when they walk around like that and somebody in the background is doing that, it's always two people with their backs towards the camera, so you can't see the victim, you can't see the people helping him, or her, and you can hear the sound when they do the CPR. It's a doll. It is a doll. That is not the normal sound of a rib cage, you know. So that sound is a bit of a dead giveaway as well. So if somebody like that listen to the sound, you know, no, then check out where are the legs, because normally the legs are not sticking out. No, because it's one of these dolls.
Right.
So
Annie. Yeah. One of the Annie dolls. Was it Annie? Annie, are you all right?
Oh my God, that was in is that called an Annie dog?
Annie, yeah, we call them Annie dolls. There's other ones, I guess, but when I was doing the training, when I was lifeguard, and then I was in the SEAL teams, and then the CIA, and then in working as a security manager, it was the Annie dolls. So you worked on them, and you come up and Annie, you're all right. That was.
But were they half body size?
Yeah, no legs.
Yeah, exactly. And what was the sound when you took care of Annie?
You can hear them when you're
something like that. Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
So if you do that on a real person, is that the sound that is generated?
No, of course not. No.
There you go. I can rest my case. So otherwise than that, I mean, it's horrendous that these very violent things happen. Sorry, not. And so you have to ask, and I bet you something connected to October 7th, because they're really trying to cover their butt on that absolute inside job there. If for anyone that doubts, please understand that Hamas is an Israeli creation. It is not a Palestinian organization at all. You can check it out. These are official data. It is an Israeli creation, meaning they have created their own enemy. Does that sound weird to you? Does that sound strange if they finance their own enemy? If they don't want conflict, if they don't want this thing to go on. And what do we know? Oh, Hamas has attacked us again. Really? So what was a false flag? Could you please explain that again? When the attacked one is actually the attacker. That is controlled opposition on a very high level. That's how you keep these conflicts going. And who's the victims? Not the Hamas, that is your own creation. It's ordinary people on the opposite side that is being absolutely slaughtered.
Yeah.
And on that high note, maybe we should move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's talk about your event that's coming up, because that way people can learn how to do this. Of course, probably a lot of people have gotten a lot of insights over the years, but actually, going to your website, what is lightonconspiracies.com, and there's a demoguardians.com. That's where the actual event is taking place, right?
Yeah, the thing is that over the years, many people have made fun with my name, but then it became a verb to find the hidden clues. Hashtag Damagard or hashtag Damagarding is to find the hidden clues that they put on purpose in these operations about the upcoming attacks, and then expose and hopefully stop them. That's the whole idea. So I thought, what I wanted to do, since I cannot go to certain NATO countries now, I've been informed that I can face up to 18 years in prison in Sweden if I return.
Wow.
For what? I mean, Michael, ask yourself, what have I done? What have I done anything that deserves? From their point of view, absolutely yes. I have nailed that butt over and over and over and over again, and just pulled down their pants, said, listen, this is it. The emperor's new clothes. Sorry, I just had you. So I can see it from their point of view, but it also really shows how weird and crazy and upside down, inverted our reality has become. I think so, because I mean, if you commit a murder in Sweden, I think you get like up to 12 years in prison, something like that. So 18, that's quite serious. That is quite a serious thing. And +4, because I criticized NATO. I've had the audacity to criticize the worst terror tool in the world, called NATO. So guilty as charged. If that is the charge, I'm so guilty. But anyway, so 22 years in prison for speaking the truth. I don't think that's okay. So anyway, so I can't go to these countries and tour or whatever anymore. So I thought, Kim and I, my sweetheart Kim and I, was sitting down, and we was thinking, like, if I can't go there, why not let people come here instead? And so we created this retreat. I hope this is going to be an ongoing thing. I would love that, because I think real magic and real healing happens when you meet face to face. That's why I'm really excited for you and Tracy to come here in April. That would be amazing, because that is when you something happens that doesn't happen on a screen, I feel. And there's this bonding going on also, where people, there's so much loneliness, so much despair, so much fear at this time, where people meet like-minded and feel that they're not being criticized, but can just express themselves, just be themselves among like-minded people. That is, just that on its own is amazing. So since we are so fortunate to have escaped, I put these signs, to this place called Bali, which is also named the Island of the Gods. This is a very special place, I tell you. And I absolutely love this place. Anyway, so we thought, if we put together like a week where, because I keep getting asked, how come that you can see? What is it you see? How can you decode? I have it from insiders, a lot of it, over the years that I've been trained and informed by people on the inside who are carrying out these operations. Otherwise, I would never have guessed about like these leaving faults or leads up to upcoming attacks. I would never have looked for them, but thanks to insiders. So anyway, so I thought to put together a week where I sort of take you on a true crime. This is one of the top topics on Netflix and so on. But true crime, forensic evidence investigation, decoding thing, just breaking it through, just like we did now here with the with the alleged Hanukkah Bondi thing. I mean, the thing is, if you still think it's real, sorry, there's no help for you. But otherwise than that, if you now see that, oh my God, that is absolutely not true, not a single word, then the big question is, why are they doing it and who are they? And then it becomes on a whole different level and quite an adventure, because then when you look at mainstream media, it suddenly becomes interesting, because it's like, whoa, wait a second, I'm not buying into that. Let me check it out. And suddenly you see, that's the thing that just happened. So your whole way of looking at the world shifts. And the more, I would say, the revolution many people are waiting for, I don't think it's going to be like standing up and like this. I think it's going to be people stopping reacting to these things. They're just going to take a step back and say, no, I'm not buying into this bullshit. That's a psychological operation if I've ever seen one. I'm just going to focus on being a beautiful individual and spreading goodness and harmony around me, and the rest can just bless you and the finger. I'm not buying into this anymore. And then you are not being manipulated. You are not letting yourself be manipulated into things that you don't want to, making you indirectly a lot more free and a lot more calm and balanced when you make decisions about your future for your family and your loved ones. So I'm going to break down what it is to be a guardian of truth and transparency. So that's a guardian. So this is sort of like an education where you even get a certificate at the end of the week. It's 7 days from the 18th to the 25th of April, 2026. But also there's going to be a lot of laughter. There's going to be a lot of bonding, where people from many different countries suddenly find friends for life. This is what I've seen happen again and again when you put together this type of people and people like yourself, and you put them in a group like that for a week. Absolutely, it's stunning, beautifully. I mean, I can't even say. It's like if people haven't changed, if this is not going to be a life-changing experience, I have completely failed. I tell you that. Also, we're doing it in the most beautiful place we know here in Bali, a place in Cinnamon.
I've always wanted to go to Bali. It's one of my places that I've always wanted to get to.
This is the thing. This is we're fortunate in that way, because Bali is a place that unfortunately is a little bit expensive to fly here because it's long distance. But otherwise, once you're here, it's an island of absolutely, yeah. Don't be fooled when you arrive at the airport and see the traffic, absolute chaos and that. But once you leave that and you come out and you see the real Bali where we're going to be, it is, the people here are just the most kind and considerate, and there's this gentleness and kindness that I've never ever experienced anywhere else. So yeah, the place itself, the food, we really put an effort in making this as beautiful as possible on all different levels. We also, there's going to be like an Indonesian band, a bit strange music if you ask me, but very exotic. Wow. It's like, I think there are about 20 kids that are ding dong 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 dong, and we have dancers also. The Balinese dancing's really an experience to see that as well. We're gonna have like fire circles. We're gonna go down to the river also. So it's gonna be, and also on one of the days in the end, I'm gonna take people, the participant, to a real case that I'm struggling with at the moment, and just go through the whole thing. It's the biggest case I've ever looked into. It's absolutely mind blowing, and it needs to be stopped. So I'm gonna take people through it and ask for your advice after these 4 or 5 days, when you start understanding and seeing how these things work. Is there anything I have overlooked, or can you help me put these pieces together? So also people are gonna have like not tests, but sort of like games where you can check out your new skills. And I'm going to show you things from real events where sort of like, okay, have a look at this one. do you see anything? What about that? Do you know? So it really starts activating a new way of you to watch things, and yeah. So
very nice. So
people,
meditation practices.
there's going to be yoga in the mornings,
Yeah.
and there's going to be some hours in the middle of the day where people can mingle or stay by the pool or meditate. There's going to be, if you want to, that's not included, but there's spa facilities with incredible massage and these type of things.
Oh,
not
good.
included that one, but it's available. And we're going to do a morning ceremony with the owner of the hotel called Mama Ati, who is a Balinese priestess.
Wow.
And it's just the most beautiful experience, because all of it is not really religion, but it's based on gratitude. So it's flowers, fire, smoke, incense, and they just go through so many different steps of things to be grateful for: your ancestors, for your family, for nature, for all of these things, where they take us through this. And it starts like 6:45 in the morning, and it goes on for like an hour up until breakfast. And it's just such a, I'm just amazed the way they see the world, through the eyes of gratitude, and the way they deal with problems here. Oh, it's just mind-blowingly beautiful compared to, for instance, my Western way of seeing things and dealing with stuff. Gratitude has this tendency to just, I need to solve the problem. I need to, like this. So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful experience just to be there. So the trip to Bali from wherever you are is not included. The cab, we're gonna give you ways of how to do it in the most convenient way, so that there will be a cab waiting for you.
Nice.
We also have recommended places for people to stay if they come early, because I really say, please give Bali at least an extra week if you can afford it, or if you have the time, because this island has like waterfalls the size of, and hidden temples, and it's just
great.
like so many. We keep discovering this island more and more. But then once you get to Cinnamon, that's from that, when you leave the car, you are in my warm hug, hopefully, and then I will bring you through a whole week of this, and until we say bye-bye, teary eyes, hopefully, a week later, and then you are on your own again. So during that week, everything is included: all food, all entertainment, the education, the place, the staying, whatever is there.
Wow. Looking forward to it. So we're going to look at our schedule. I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to make it. I'll let everybody know. Now we got your affiliate request, I guess. I thought we had the link, but we don't have it yet. I just requested it. But if people use that link that's in the description box, and if they use Jaco, would that be sufficient? They get $100, €100 off.
€100 off. Yep.
All right, I'll put that in the description box, and yeah, we'll put it in all my shows, and I'll talk about it occasionally, and we'll hopefully get a lot of people showing up. It'd be fun. How many people can you take total?
Yeah, this is it. It's 25 in total. So please do not wait too long, because it's 25 in total. We just went just a week or so ago. We went live with this whole thing, so it's starting to fill up. But the thing is, in this place, we want to keep it intimate and small, and I think 25 is a really good number. If it gets bigger than that, then it's harder for me to really take care of everybody. So, and that is also, we take over the whole place, so that it's only us. People don't have to worry about people coming in from the outside or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. How about meals?
It's all included.
Oh my God.
Amazing food. Anything from vegan, from vegan to vegetarian to so-called normal food, whatever you like. It is beautiful food, served beautifully. I mean, really, it's amazing, that place. Kim and
Wow.
I even got married there in an Indonesian way with the whole thing with
Oh,
makeup and Christmas things in our hair and stuff like that. Oh, it's our favorite place on the island.
that sounds fantastic. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I feel confident that we'll be there. We talked about this for years, you know, doing some kind of event. So this will be we'll meet up and plan in the future. So yeah, this is
Sounds
fantastic.
great.
All right.
Yeah.
Ole, thanks so much. And
Thank you.
hope to see a lot of you guys there. And we'll talk to you
Yay.
guys next time.
Excellent. Thank you so much.